is. But I'll start with you, Brandon. On fire this week. Who was your guy that was on fire this week?
Man, to me, it was one guy that really stood out. And I hate to say it, I've been talking a little noise on him just because I don't think he was it, but maybe he is now. Now he's got some weapons. Did upset. I'm going with Jordan Love. I mean, he did his thing.
Not going with the hometown kid, Brock Purdy.
No. But Jordan outperformed. To me, Jordan outperformed everybody that day. Everybody, not named Dak Prescott. Dak did his thing, right? But the fact, it's the way Jordan Love did it. He went to a hostile environment. They're just coming off of a big win. He's playing back-to-back, games where he threw for 300 yards. That hasn't been done in like 17, 18 games for them. Really longer than that. Probably, I think, more like 20 plus. But he was 22 of 32, 268, 3 TDs, no turnovers. And they upset Detroit in a big one. Detroit was number 2 seed, going at 8-2, and they come in, at 4-6. And they beat them 29-22. When you beat a good team like that, especially on the road, you got my respect. So he's definitely one that stood out.
Okay. Again, I hated that game. I hated that outcome. I hated Jordan Love playing well.
Not as a Niner fan. We love that. Go ahead and lose.
I wanted to talk about Brock Purdy, but I didn't because I was going to leave that for you because I felt Brock was outstanding against Seattle. But
he did his thing.
He was my secondary guy. I have the jersey on today. Finally, this season, I am starting to buy in a little bit to my Dallas Cowboys and what Dak Prescott is doing. Now, we have to beat the Philadelphia Eagles. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say we have to beat the Eagles. We have to beat the Seahawks on Thursday night. They're an over 500 team. We beat Seattle. I don't care what they're going through right now. I know they're not what they were a couple weeks ago, but we beat them Thursday night. And then I'm going to believe, and I'm going to go all in and be ready to go down with the ship when and if it does go down. But Dak Prescott was on fire this week. Once again, he has been since the Eagles game. 22 for 32, 331, 4 touchdowns, no picks. It started slow versus the Commanders. They had a little bit of energy defensively. We didn't come out just sizzling, but it came around at the end. A lot of people were calling this a trap game for the Cowboys. A lot of the media was saying that this was a game that the Cowboys were going to overlook and looking actually into the future, not even to Seattle, but looking all the way to Philly. I think that's disrespect to the coaching staff of the Cowboys. I think they're ready week in and week out. Dak showed it again. I still don't trust, again, like I said, until we beat a team that is over 500. So we have to beat Seattle, and Dak has to play well. Right, he doesn't have to go for 304 touchdowns, but let's control the ball. Let's not turn it over. Let's get in the end zone when we're in the red zone. Let's have good third down percentage, and I'll be very, very happy with that. I think he's the best QB in the NFC East by far. I don't think it's close. I know you're going to argue. I can't wait for that conversation.
Oh,
I think as a quarterback and what he's doing for his team,
he's doing good. He's doing good.
That
he really is.
Right, I'm excited.
And he's number 2 in completion percentage. And you know who's number 1, right? The kid.
Yeah,
Mr.
Brock Purdy.
Now, Purdy did play well. I thought he put the dagger. Oh my God, he made a throw that I don't think too many QBs can make. I haven't seen it besides like a guy like Herbert, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and Aaron Rodgers. Those are the guys, right? And Brock Purdy doesn't have an amazing arm.
Bro, we talk about his arm, but his accuracy is pinpoint. What insane. I love about Brock Purdy,
it's insane,
is the way he delivers on third down a lot of the time. And what I mean by that is, man, he will sit in there and he will throw that 15-yard dig in the middle of traffic to get that first down, and he'll put it on a rope. He'll find he seems to find the right guy almost all the time. And obviously, if you get pressure on him up the middle, like any quarterback, that's going to bother him. He's not as athletic as some of these other guys, but he's sneaky athletic in the fact that we don't talk about it a lot, but he can run. I saw him get out of the pocket a few times and get loose. I like what he's doing. I don't want him to play that way when we see him again in the playoffs, but I'd like him to play to the best visibility this coming weekend, please. I'd like to see the best.
This is a big game for him. This is a big test, and I think when you got a guy that is winning again. The confidence is flowing, right? Everybody's starting to feel themselves. We're about to walk into hostile territory, man. You and I both know it is extremely hard to play in Philly. So seeing him play that team along facing Jalen Hurts, which, I mean, I can go on and on about Jalen Hurts, how good he is, and some people disagree. But I think what he does is the way he plays his game, he's playing it at the highest level.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You and a few others, you're not the only person that feels that way, but I feel like there's a lot of guys right now, especially going down the stretch, that are really starting to turn some heads here. I think Dak Prescott, like you said, he's on fire, right? He's a guy that's been discounted many of times. And granted, you can only control what you can. You play the teams you play, right? But he's playing at a high level. And you gotta give your hat to him, because I mean, what he's doing right now, there's not a lot of people that are doing this, right? He didn't really have an effective run game until probably the other day. Yeah. He's doing it all through the air. So
and
kudos to Dak.
Cowboys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but the Cowboys predominantly play down to their competition in years past.
But enough about the Cowboys.